Good evening. Today we'll go with Coding Made Easy, Series 1, the second module. So before we actually go into what is a program, how to do a program, what is the programming language and other things, we have to understand what are all the different types of computer programs we have. So computer programs can be classified into two types, a general purpose program or a special purpose program. So a general purpose program is a generic program or a general program which is required to run your computer on which you can build your programs. And a special purpose program can be a program which is developed for some specific purpose. Say for example, if you want to write a program, first you switch on the system. So initially what happens is the system starts doing some process and it opens a desktop for you, and that is actually done, that is called as the operating system. So the operating system gets kick start and that's called as a booting process, and after the booting process is over, the computer gets started and it's ready for you to select the program what you are going to work, and then you continue with your work. And that operating system is actually a basic platform on which you are going to build your program. So the operating system is actually an intermediate between the computer and yourself. So we can call it a sort of a middleware. Middleware is nothing but an intermediate between the humanware and the software or the hardware. So, an operating system is required to kickstart your program, and operating system can be classified under general purpose because all the computers need this general purpose software to kickstart your programming. And an example for a special purpose software. Say in case you are working for a company, you want to create a program specially for that company, like bill printing of a particular company. Say the company is ABC and they want a bill printing program specially designed for their requirement or for their necessity. And when you go with a particular programming language, you design the bills according to the company's requirement and you make it as a software, then that becomes a special purpose software. So your notepad, your Word, then probably a PowerPoint, all things are general. So anybody can use it. So they all come under the general purpose software, and special purpose is Tally. You know, Tally is actually meant only to do accounts, and it can be applicable for any organization, but it is specially designed to carry out your accounting process. So that comes under the category of special purpose software. So whether it's going to be a general purpose software or a special purpose software, both can be further subdivided into a language or a software. So what is the difference between a language? We say programming language and sometimes we call it as a software package. So what is the difference between a programming language and a software? Maybe you can name it as a software package. So what is actually the difference between these two things? Now say you are organizer of a tour and you have a classroom and the students wants to go for a tour, and when the tour plan is to be executed, what you do is you just start collecting the details like who are all willing, where we are going to go, how we are going to go, and all those things. And after you make a vivid plan of all these things, you normally what you do is you approach a tour operator, and what the tour operator does is he gives you a quotation and you have to collect the quotation, you pay him and he will do all the process for you, and finally you go for a trip and come back. So similarly, but think the other case. Now you wanted to do everything, like you have to start with finding out those who are people, those who are joining your trip, how many people are coming, how much amount they are ready to spend, which place, where to go, and you yourself do the booking, you yourself do the plan, you also book the tickets, hotel rooms, everything by yourself without the help of a tour operator. Everything is done by you, the complexity increases. And so that what happens, the same thing here happens in a programming language. A programming language is like everything arranged by you. And software package is like a tour operator helping you out in doing your process much easier. So when you go for a language, the options are more. When you want to do a program using a language, the options are more and the complexity is also more. But when you go for a software package, the options are very limited. The packages are available, You have to make use of whatever available package, but the complexity is less. So today we have just seen what is a general purpose software and a special purpose software, and what do you mean by a language and the software package. So the next class will go into the different types of programmings, how to do the conversions and other data.